The GOP debate, one of the biggest trends on Facebook, so we are going to continue to talk about it. Every candidate will be going after the youth vote. Not an easy vote to secure. Millennials, they're dominating sites like Twitter and Instagram, bringing their issues to the forefront. So how well did last night's candidates do among young voters? Take a look.
The GOP debate yet again shows that no Republican candidate is speaking for millennials.
Millennials are drowning in student loan debt, and the candidates are just taking shots at each other.
None said anything directed toward millennials, who will be 40% of the voting public by 2020. Hashtag hold them accountable.
Climate change. Finally, one of the biggest issues millennials care about.
Do Republicans know that millennials are the largest generation in the world? Target your messaging, GOP debate.
All right, our millennial panel is back with us. Welcome Rashad, Quinn, and Jillian. Thank you guys both for all of you for joining us. You guys all watched the debates. A lot of issues coming up last night. Not a lot of issues about your generation, addressing the issues that you guys have, right? Rashad, your reaction, your gut reaction to the debates last night.
Well, I think the debates were very interesting. There were a lot of back and forth. Like, the questions were very pointed. They really kind of wanted the candidates to kind of go back and forth instead of talking about real issues that really matter to the millennial population.
Yeah. Jillian, what about at the beginning when they sort of went at each other?
Yeah, I totally agree. The questions were aimed for them to go back and forth, but within 3 hours, of course, they're going to get to some policy things. But they still didn't talk about student loans the whole time, which is a big issue for our generation.
Quinn, happy, disappointed?
I was happy. I liked all the candidates. They all seemed to agree on a lot of issues, which I was looking for some more diversity through all of them, but I liked what a lot of them had to say.
All right, Rashad, so you took to Twitter last night with a video, right, talking about Ben Carson and his immigration plan. Let's take a look at that, and then we'll talk about it.
And Dr. Ben Carson just said that Mexicans shouldn't have the right to vote nor be granted American citizenship. Just let them do the work Americans don't want to do. Sounds a little bit like slavery, brother.
Okay, I want to clarify what exactly Ben Carson said. And he said, in part, quote, only pristine, undocumented immigrants should stay, and they should work as guest workers primarily in the agricultural field. So why did that strike you?
Well, because he, first off, as a black man, it sounded just very offensive. He said specifically that key points of his plan were that they were going to have no voting rights and that they would not be granted American citizenship. So coupled with that they would only be able to specifically work in the agricultural field, as a descendant of slaves, it just sounded really like you're orchestrating them to go work in the fields outside, and then they won't even be granted citizenship.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of
But Rashad, you also have admitted that you are a supporter of Donald Trump, who had some negative things to say about Mexicans as well.
Imagine if he said that they should only work in the fields.
Okay, I'm just pointing that out, though. It's important for us to note that you actually are a supporter of Ben Carson. You tweeted about him, Jillian, last night.
I love Ben Carson.
What'd you say?
Last night, I think that he was very soft-spoken last night, but I definitely still support his beliefs, and I think that at least he's giving immigrants a chance to have a moral path to citizenship. Of course, they shouldn't vote. They're illegal immigrants. But he does give them a path, whereas other candidates just want to get them out.
All right, and then Quinn, you came in with the big winner of the night that so many people are saying, huge supporter for Carly Fiorina. Why did she strike you?
I really like what she said about women, and a lot of her exchange with Trump was really interesting to me. She just kind of one-liner just stopped him right there. We understood what he meant when he talked to Rolling Stone about her looks, and I really liked what she said about the money. They want to put a woman on the $10 bill. I liked how she said, we don't need that token. We need recognition. We need to be equal, not like, oh, you can have this. Congratulations. We just want to be thought of as equals.
Yeah. So do you have a big announcement to make? Because you've been undecided until now.
I'm not positive. I don't really agree with her as far as gay marriage, abortion, but as other things, I really like Carly. She's a smart woman.
All right. Well, thank you guys, our millennial panel, joining us. We really appreciate it. So they did reach to someone. Maybe not all the millennials out there, but you guys were obviously taken by the debates last night. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.